Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Flagstaff 25 FBLS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things I want you to take into consideration when parking. First and foremost, your slide. I have it in right now, both of them. But once them are out, you'll see how much room you're going to need. Make sure you park accordingly so you have nothing hindering them from going in or out, preferably nothing hanging over them. Then we're going to hook up our water and electricity. Water is going to be at the front side of your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your power is going to be at the rear of your off-camp side. Park accordingly so you can reach the facilities. Use our water and power at the campsite. Hitch man is going to go over the hitch work with you. After you've unhooked your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. Now you do have a power tongue jack on the front here. Bring your unit up or down. I recommend getting a stick-on level. Put it on about the middle of your unit, probably on that back slide toward the front. That way somebody can keep an eye when the unit's level. Now you do have a night docking light on this. And you do have up top here a manual override should you lose power. Hook that little crank right there in there, you can hand crank this up or down. Speaking of power, when you arrive, check your battery terminals, make sure that them are nice and tight. We're going down the road, you want to make sure those stay taut. Once you got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize our unit. All four corners of your unit have these stabilizing jacks with a 3/4 inch socket on it. Crank to the right to go down. You can use an impact driver or a powered drill gun with a 3/4 inch end on it. You can run these down in a matter of seconds. What I do recommend are jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Grab your 4-pack out of those from our store. Put them down and run these down just taut. You only want to bring it down until it's nice and tight. You don't want to lift the unit or lower the unit. Get all 4 of those ran down in each corner. Once you've got a unit level and a unit stable, next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. As I mentioned, your power hookup is on the rear of the unit. You have this long 30-foot cord. I'll show you how these new cords go in. They slide in at a little angle and then twist to the right to lock it, and then use your washer to lock that on. At the end of your 30 amp service, should you need it, if you want to plug into 110 the way I have it now, in your convenience pack will be this 30 to 110 adapter. Got our power hooked up. Let's go ahead and hook up our water. Now remember, your slides will come out on battery power. You can do this ahead of time. Or just go ahead and hook all this up and then go inside and deploy the slides. City Water Connect. First and foremost, always use your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines inside your unit. You never want to put fluid in your unit without using this. You don't know what the different campsites water pressure is set at. Hook up your water pressure regulator to your city water connection, but don't turn on your water yet. Let's go find your hot water heater. Coming around to the campsite of your unit. Here's our hot water heater. Simply open that up. At this point, all we're going to do is return our drain plug. May have left that out from last time you were camping. Get that drain plug back up in there, and then you can go ahead and turn on your water. After your water's been running for a little while, you're going to come up here and you're going to pull on this pressure release valve. It's going to let air out of the lines until it's full. Once you get a nice steady flow of water going, you know your hot water heater is full, and you can turn it on from inside. Now you do have an on-off switch down here. It's on off right now because you only want to turn this on from here when you're using 110. Also, if your hot water heater is not working, come check these bubbles. They're reset. They'll bubble out like this here, and you just simply push them back in. Now for camping and we're using potable water, you're going to go back around to your campsite. Find your fresh water. Now in this fresh water tank, you simply hook a hose up and fill that up. It's non-pressurized. There is an overflow here. However, the easiest way to keep an eye on these to see when they're full is to come inside your unit to where you check your tanks at. Simply keep an eye on this. There's your freshwater tank. Keep an eye on that and you'll be able to tell when it fills up. Got our water hooked up. Do the same thing when you're using potable water. Burp your hot water heater again so you know that's full. However, when using potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. It's already pressurized. It's only for your dry tank. Alright, about covers your water and electricity. You got everything hooked up, ready to camp. I'll walk you around the outside of the unit before taking you indoors. Also on the outside of the unit, you do have a cable and 110 and a lip here for a table if you want to put TV out here or mount your TV up there. You also have a grill that'll set up on this lip. Down here is your LP Quick Connect. Come around your unit, your big awning with LED lights. Your outdoor speakers. This here is a vent for your microwave. That's your porch light. This is your furnace heat release, so if you're running your furnace, steer clear of this. It'll get rather warm. Your big pass-through storage with your hitch work. There's an extra table that you can set up indoors or outdoors. This unit is pre-wired for solar. If you want to hook a solar panel up here, it'll trickle charge your batteries. Again, your battery, took the cover off your tank so I can show you do have a regulator on these. Simply turn it to the tank you wish to be using and then open your handle to the left. Right now it's showing green, which means it's full. When this turns red, switch it over to the other tank. Coming back around your unit on this side, you do have docking lights. Help you see when you get there at night. This is just a magnet for this door here to hold open. Your city water connect, your antifreeze inlet, and then your potable water. There's your table that hooks up on the outside. Your slides, your fresh water drain. Pull that one, leave it in the campsite, and you have two places to dump. Here you have gray tank number 2. Up here you have black tank and gray tank number 1. Cable and satellite hookup. Back unit, you have a spare tire with a cover. The unit is also prepped for a Furion backup camera should you decide to purchase that from our store. It's a device that sits on the dash of your vehicle, giving you a backup camera on your trailer. Remember, anything I mentioned getting from our store, you do have a 10% off coupon. Outdoor shower, ladder to go up and check your seams. And then right here in the ladder is your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Alright, that's about everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. First and foremost, what I want you and everyone that's camping with you to know, the fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher is located at the entry door. Make sure that you and everyone knows where it's at in case of emergency. Also coming in the entry doorway here on the bottom Here's your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Looks like you got a variety there, 40s, 30s, 15s. I recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Have those in a store as well. Also here to the right as you enter is your thermostat. Simply turn it to heat. Turn that on. You hear that kick on. Or switch it to air conditioning. Turn that down. Furnace should shut off. And your air kicked on. Alright, coming around the other rest of the unit, I'm going to shut this off. Here's your control panel. Again, here's where you check your tanks. Battery, fresh tank, all your tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. This is your turn on your hot water heater if you're hooked up to gas. Hot water heater if you're plugged into electricity. Here's your tank heater for the pads on your tanks if you're in inclement weather. Interior, porch, awning, and step lights. Here's our two slides and our awning. I'm going to go ahead and run that awning out one time real quick for you, just to show you how far to send them out. Again, that grinding noise is okay to hear. It's nothing grinding. It's just the slide setting itself. Here's where you turn on your Wi-Fi Ranger. Be at the back of the park, and it's like you're right there at the campsite. RV technology sound system, indoor, outdoor, or both speaker zone, AM, FM, Bluetooth, fireplace. They're not just for looks anymore. What you want to do on these is get your heat turned on, and instead of using up your gas at the campsite, go ahead and turn this on, turn the heat on. It'll warm it up in here real quick just using their electricity. I'm going to go ahead and, before I finish, and send the wardrobe slide out. That's going out. Over here, talk about your self-explanatory microwave. Do have a light and a fan for above your stove. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Panel light. Simply turn on your gas, turn this to the right, and when your gas is on, that'll light right up. A lot of one-touch lighting throughout here. This is where it's a template for the text in case you ever decide to wire this for solar. There's where it's already pre-wired in the wall there. So that's a template for them. Talk about your Dometic fridge. Coming inside here, simply turn it on by pressing it in. Right now it's on auto. Auto means that when you're plugged in, it's on electricity. As soon as you unplug, it's on gas if your gas is open. Lift that up to be on gas. Shut that back off and push that back in on auto. Your recliners, of course, you know, pull shoot handle to recline. And then the back and front. Down here on the floor is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt is it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day and you have nothing charging your battery, disconnect your battery so this doesn't run your battery down. Coming into the bedroom here, you have a 110 and a couple charging ports there. This is prepped for a TV. You can put a TV. This already has a backer on it if you want to mount one there. 110 and cable there. Coming back out in your living room, what I wanted to mention on your television is right above your TV connection there's a little button to push. Turns green. Before you scan for your channels, make sure that button's turned on and green. That's a digital channel enhancer. Allows you to pick up more channels. And there's your griddle. It sets on the lip outside. There's the table for it. Coming into your bathroom here. One thing I do want to mention is this is where your 110 with GFCI reset is. Also, you have plumbing to maintain, just like you would at home. Keep an eye on that plumbing. And the toilet as well. And the ceiling, there's your smoke alarm. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite now. First and foremost, make sure nothing's going to hinder these slides from coming in. Gonna have nothing up here in the living room. I like to go ahead and shut off my interior lights. That way I can see what lights have to be hand shut off. You don't want all these lights on while you're running down the road. And this one lights up here. Let's go to the bathroom. To get all your lights off, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the living room ones back on just so we can see what we're doing here. We'll bring in the wardrobe slide first. Make sure nothing's on that nightstand area. Nothing's going to hinder these from going in or out. Quickly bring in the living room slide. You'll see it tilt back. Sometimes these do this. That's because all the slide mechanisms are on the bottom. Doesn't mean anything's out of line. Make sure that table is up. The extension for the countertop there. That about covers everything in here. Let's take a walk outside. As you're leaving your campsite, on this door, and make sure your door is all the way open. And lift this up in there. As you see, just strut assisted, not even holding on to it. Set it up in there. Close your door. Lock and deadbolt your door. You don't want the horror story of your door coming open while you're going down the road. And this handle lifts and turns over. Bleed the water out of your lines. Pull your hot water heater drain. Be careful, that will be hot. Unhook any grills. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Pull that fresh water drain. That's going to drain all your hot water. Hot and cold waters out of the unit. Go ahead and hook up your hitch and head up to the dump station. At the dump station, you're going to take the sewage hose that comes in your convenience pack. Hook it up right there. And first thing you do is pull this right handle. That's your black tank. That's your sewage outlet. After it sounds like your sewage is no longer draining, come around to the back of the unit. Again, using your water pressure regulator. Hook up your water pressure regulator. Hook up the hose at the dump station. Go ahead and turn that hose on with your black tank open for about 5 minutes. Let it wash out your tank. Don't be in a hurry. The guy behind you can wait 5 minutes. Once you've got your tank all nice and washed out, then you can come back over and close that black tank. Close your black handle, pull your gray handle. Gray handle is going to be your galley, your sinks, your showers. That's going to clean out your hose for you. Take your hose, come up here to galley tank number 2, hook up, and do the same thing. Pull that gray handle and dump your other gray tank. Now remember, we do have bigger, stronger, longer sewage hoses. You could go ahead and get one that has a V and hook the two of them up together. Just remember to dump this one last. That about covers everything. Again, we thank you for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.